ศึกฟุตบอลเนเธอร์แลนด์ยิงสดดูฟรีไม่ต้องเสียเพิ่ม3 บาทที่ช่อง Sports 1
At the same time, PSV entertained Heracles, knowing they had to win to keep in touch with Ajax, or as it turned out, move ahead of them and seize the advantage ahead of the final day. History was on their side. They'd won 18 of the last 19 home meetings, averaging 3 goals a game. Ismail Saibari with the first chance to get one. It turned out to be Malik Tillman that made the breakthrough. The US midfielder's return to fitness at the start of April coincided with PSV's upturn in form. He needed an element of luck for this to go in, but it fell his way, his shot changing direction after hitting Damon Mirani on the side of the head. A 10th league goal and a 14th in all, it began a first-half procession towards victory, with Heracles offering very little resistance until the second period. Less than 3 minutes after that first goal came the second, when the visitors gave away possession under PSV pressure. You could sense what was going to happen, but their captain, Brand Kersmacher, seemed determined to pass his way out rather than going back to the goalkeeper. A mistake, with Tillman nipping in to set up Saibari. That pushed him into double figures too, meaning PSV became the first club ever in the Eredivisie to have 6 players reach at least 10 league goals in a season. Tillman and Saibari, joining Huss Till, Luc de Jong, Noah Lang and Ricardo Pepi. Some fans were in no doubt about where this renaissance was now going to lead, particularly with Ajax still drawing at this point. A match that many were keeping tabs on. With 10 minutes to go until half-time, Saibari made more or less sure of victory, with the club's 99th Eredivisie goal so far. Serginho Dest grabbing the assist. But it was Joey Veerman's quick and astute pass which had picked him out. A reward for their almost total pressure and pressing, with the game predominantly played inside Heracles territory. Saibari now had 11 goals and 11 assists, bringing up another milestone. They're the first team in 20 years to have 3 players in double figures for both. They were definitely enjoying themselves and secured a 4th goal before half-time too, even though the mood had dipped a little, with fans having now found out Ajax were leading Groningen. Mauro Junior and Lang were proving hard to contain down on the left-hand side, and the Brazilian helped the Dutch winger to put the ball in for de Jong, who surprisingly had only found the net twice in the last 2 months. Here, he had to settle for a corner. And from there, they worked the ball quickly but simply around to Tillman, who found the top corner. Game over already. He joined Saibari on 11 Eredivisie goals. PSV rewarded for their incessant attacking football with their 100th league goal. They're the first side since Ajax in the early 1980s to reach that tally in 2 consecutive seasons. With the game in the bag, their coach Peter Bosz made a couple of changes at the break, bringing on Tiro Malacia and Jon Bakayoko for Dest and Ivan Perisic. But the momentum didn't falter, with de Jong going close to a 5th, 9 minutes after the restart. And the fans were keeping the players in touch with how Ajax were getting on too, as word filtered through of Groningen's equaliser. There were a good 15 minutes of celebration before that same grapevine of information then delivered news of a second Ajax goal. Once that came through, things quietened down a little, the mood shifting. It was inevitable, perhaps, that fans' attentions would turn elsewhere, with this game effectively over, and they all briefly became Groningen supporters. A well-taken consolation goal from Alia Engels, just ahead of the last 15 minutes, got the away fans on their feet and making some rare noise. but it didn't alter the complexion of the game. A nice moment for the German striker though, on his 150th Eredivisie appearance, after going 20 games without a goal. They'd already made themselves safe, and they did have an outside chance of snatching the final European playoff spot, a chance which remains, but there are 4 clubs ahead of them, and their goal difference is the worst of any side in the hunt. With Ajax's game still going on, a good half of the PSV fans stayed to watch the conclusion together. And that delivered a magical ending to their final home game, when Groningen equalised.
สามารถรับชมรีรันศึกฟุตบอลเนเธอร์แลนด์ได้แล้ววันนี้ผ่านทางแอปพลิเคชัน 3BB GIGATV และช่อง Sports 1